Time now for a look at sports. Moses is joining me on the desk now. Of course, Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team entering 2013 had some high hopes, new recruits, key returnees, but 2014, what do we say?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know what, though? It was something that they actually built on. I know the Rustlers haven't had this in a while, and that's actually size and depth, and they look pretty good, especially around the fall. But you know what? It looks good on paper. Doesn't necessarily mean it translates on the court. I sat down with the head coach, and got his thoughts. I'm here with head coach Chris King of the Lakeland Women's Rustlers basketball team. And I know, Chris, it's been one of those up and down seasons, all of 2013 really. But first and foremost, we want to thank you for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
Take us through January of 2013. You guys had a pretty successful first half, but things kind of slowed down a little bit, and then kind of mention about your recruiting class that you got for the fall semester.
Yeah, I think January 2013, thinking back to that year, we had a really big break from December, so we didn't practice a lot, didn't play a lot. And when we came back, we faced a lot of top 10 national teams. So I believe we went something like 4-7 in the second semester, which thankfully the first semester set us up well enough to make playoffs and be top 16. But we were a little disappointed with our play. We thought we could have been a lot better. Obviously, our weaknesses of being small showed a lot in that semester. So that was kind of an issue for us. Heading into playoffs, we got Nate, who was a really good matchup for us. Unfortunately, Nate shot the ball extremely well, 50% from three, and lit us up. So that was kind of the end of our playoff story last season.
I know having Amy was a great asset, Amy Warbrick at the point. But now you're switching. You have rookies at that position, but you are a little bit different this year, a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, a lot of size up front, and I imagine from your recruiting class that might have been fantastic for you.
Yeah, obviously a big key for us was to address the size problem that we had the last couple of years. Now when you lose a player like Amy in my opinion was the best guard in Canada. She really quieted things down, took control of games. So bringing in a couple of freshmen at the point, we kind of knew it was going to be a learning process this first semester and even the whole year. But the size was a big thing. So we brought in some size, we brought in some guards, and we had a nice core of vets that we thought did pretty well last year for us and hopefully improve their play for this coming season. But size was our main key for this year. And
the start of the 2013-14 season, kind of take us through that and how the team's done this first half of the year.
Yeah, very up and down. I would say we're probably the most inconsistent team in the ACAC right now, something that you don't want to be known for. On any given night, we can go out and beat anyone by 10, 15, 20, and we could also lose. So we're 6-5 right now. We were hoping to be kind of in that 8-3 range, but a couple tough losses, close ones early to Lethbridge, nationally ranked. Red Deer, very tough team, and we let one drop against a weaker team. So we're trying to find that consistency and really gel as a team. I don't think we've really gelled the way that we play on the court yet.
And I guess knowing how you started last year, you started well and then kind of, petered off a little bit. This year it seems you struggle at the beginning, but I don't know if in your mind, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, you know what, the second half is a brand new season, and I know you guys have a trip out to the East Coast coming up. Maybe things and fortunes will turn around for you.
Yeah, and if you look at we've won 3 of our last 4. We would have liked to have been 4, but I thought that we got a little bit better heading into this Christmas break. We head out and play some of the top CIS schools from the East out in Halifax, so we're really excited about that. We're hoping that that's going to be a great team bonding experience for us to come back in the second semester. And if you want my opinion as a coach, I don't care if we don't reach our peak till February 28th, the first week of playoffs, because that's when we need to be good. But hopefully the second semester we start building our way up to that apex of the ACAC championships.
And do you start seeing that? Are there glimpses and signs of this team that potentially could be a provincial, maybe even a team that makes it to nationals?
I think we've seen some glimpses of it, and it's been a little bit rare. We see some defensively. If you look at the games that we've won, we've held our opponents to around 44, 45 points a game. Games that we've lost, we're giving up 66 points a game now. I think a lot of teams would be happy giving up 66 points a game, but that inconsistency right now on the defensive end we see, and same with our scoring. Our scoring comes from 2 or 3 players, and we're not getting it from everyone right now, but we're a little concerned defensively about our effort.
All right, Chris, we thank you for your time. Good luck to you in the second half of the season.
You bet. Thank you so much, and if nothing else, you'll see us in playoffs.
All right, the Europump Ice Cats currently sit in third place in the female Bantam North Division with a 5-5-3 record. Having a big first half of the season is Neisha Germann. Matt Schumann has more on the forward in this week's Superstar Next Door.
Starting playing hockey in the 4th grade, Neisha Germann had a lot of influence to get involved with the sport.
My dad and my brothers both played hockey, and yeah, I was at the rink a lot watching them.
One of the veterans on this year's team, head coach Shane Hall, says Neisha has been a treat to coach.
She's a great leader on and off the ice. Joy to coach. She comes to the rink prepared every game and every practice, and I think that her fellow teammates look up to her, and she's a pleasure to coach.
Idolizing Sidney Crosby, Neisha has shown her scoring touch this year, leading the team with 8 goals and 15 points, which is good enough for 4th best in the entire league.
I haven't scored this many goals in a long time. I don't know. I just come every game prepared and willing to work my hardest to win.
She's very aggressive on the ice. She doesn't quit when she's out there, and like I said before, she's coachable, and she can adapt to the game. If you wanna, she's very fast on the ice, plays her position very well. So.
Matt Schumann, Newcap.